Thank you for tuning. Ashaparo, YNet7. If you're catching a replay later on, appreciate your time. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video. Let's give people a second to get on here. So today, I just kind of the title kind of for this one is like, keep away. You make me hate me. Because see, a lot of us, we feel like we got haters. I think everybody feel like everybody's doing something feels like they got haters, right? In some way, shape, or form. I think I kind of look at that a little differently. I think that it's not really so much as hate in the sense that we view it as more than it is just they really just not interested in what you're doing. And then the question is why, right? Why aren't they interested? So I prepared some things for you today. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about these haters, right? So to speak. Okay. That's what we're gonna do today. How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Okay, let's get into it. So we got some haters, right? They hating online. They hating, in person when they don't want. There's many ways they display they hate. They don't want to see you. They don't want to be seen with you. But then when they need something or want something from you, it's a reason all this stuff happens, right? You gotta keep in mind. You gotta keep in mind that this really, like my song SOSO says, what if it wasn't about you? Now that might upset you if your goal in life or one of the things that actually help drives you is having haters and you feed on that as if it's something that has to actually do with you, then this video either will enlighten you and or it might disappoint you. Okay, I'm gonna just let you know that up front, so there's no confusion. So what I want you to consider is this: when people quote unquote hate on you, right? It's actually at times it's because you remind them of their failures, whether you're purposely trying to or not. You remind them of their failures, things that their shortcomings, and the way the mind is set up is set up to keep people away from what they perceive as danger or a threat, right? So if every time you come around or you pop up online or somebody mentions your name, right, it causes that person pain because they're instantly, let's say, reminded of their failures, and they're eventually going to not want to be around you, not want to be around people. They're not going to like people that talk about you in a positive way. They're not going to want to be around that energy because they've allowed their own mind to play tricks on them to the point where they can't stand to entertain you in any way, shape, or form. So they avoid you at all costs. You see? And it's sad because the reason it's sad is because failure, it's just a perception, right? Failure is actually a part of success. So, like we covered in sovereignty and some of the other videos, and if you haven't already, just go ahead and take a minute and watch those. Maybe come back to this or watch it afterwards, however you want to do it, however it works best for you. So they actually take that energy and they flip it into a negative thing, and they have to keep you away to protect their own mentality. Whether that's act like they don't see you. How many of y'all got people at work that walk by you and turn their head, or in the street? You know what I mean? They maybe wherever you're at, they got to turn their head so they don't see you when they walk past you. You know, out of sight, out of mind. And that's the same way on the internet. You know, Facebook, Instagram. They come around to get the information they might need from you, but they can't show that they supporting you because they spent, you know, a lot of time expressing how they feel about you in the fashion that they can't and don't want to be associated with you. And again, it goes back to many possible reasons of why this is. But we're gonna get into this. I mean, it's unfortunate because a lot of great accomplishments for the community, for the world, are delayed and sometimes prohibited because of people's insecurities. You know? So some people are gonna avoid you, but you gotta remember, if it's you gotta remember that on the same coin, on the other side, it's people willing to pay great amount. There's people willing to travel great distances. There's people willing to show you the effort for the same reason other people avoid you. So don't get discouraged, because I want you all to know that this that you're going through, this that you're feeling, it's really not about you. It's about them. See, they may know that, but you need to know that so that you can feel at peace. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for you to be upset, irritated. This is why some of the people that express their enjoyment of having haters, this is part of maybe why they actually feel that way, whether they realize it or not. It's not about you, it's about them. You know, they might be reminded of something they lack, whether that's the new car, the girls, if you know, maybe you got the grades in school, maybe you got the stats. Check out stats. Maybe you got the job, or maybe you got the same job, but this person here is so like stressed out about it because they're trying to, you know, kiss up, suck up, whatever, right? And you're just so carefree about it, nonchalant, because you don't care. You're just doing you. And that makes them mad. They can't stand you because, you know, you don't have the same. This is when they start to say things like, "Oh, you feel entitled," and you know, whatever, you know what I mean, you whatever it might be, stuff like that. So you might be at the same job, you might be at the same position, you might be doing the same thing, but they're gonna feel like for some reason, you know, they gotta find some reason to hate about you because it makes them feel better about themselves. See, they're in competition with you. You know what I mean? They have created a mental rivalry instead of a connection that could actually build something better. Instead of taking the time and energy to connect with you, they have formed a rivalry against you. In their mind, you may be totally oblivious to this. You may be going about your daily life, not even realizing what's going on, and this is what's going on. So see, because this is how they feel every time you're around, every time your name is brought up, every time you make a post on Facebook, they have to avoid you. And in some cases, that means they gotta keep, the people that they know, they want them to avoid you too. Because if they start interacting with you, sharing your posts, liking your stuff, broadcasting your information, they're gonna feel the same way that they're trying to avoid. You with me? So they're think about at work. People want to try and get the position. They want the position that you're in. They want to get to a position higher than you. However, they're trying to get there. They're trying to beat you to the spot. They're afraid that you're going to steal their opportunity as they see it. You know what I'm saying? So they got to do what they can do to destroy your credibility, to destroy your character, to put you in a position where they look and feel better about themselves. You see? And this is what a lot of the reason why you got Facebook friends, quote unquote, and you'll never hear from them. Some of them actually aren't there with good intentions. They're not there to interact with you. They're there because they feel like you couldn't have done, you might not, you in your head might feel like you ain't done nothing yet. You might feel like you ain't accomplished nothing yet. But to them, they're so envious, they so jealous, they so insecure that they want that spot that you taken for granted. So they looking at you and every other reason other than you are the reason that got you there. So you know what? Maybe it's your Facebook friends. Maybe if we can separate them or somehow get into their Facebook friends and turn them against them. Because remember, if they share a post, if they like you, then now they gotta suffer. And especially if they're the same friends, they're trying to avoid you at all costs. You see? Until they want them resources, you know what I mean? This is why they can't be in the pictures with you like we talked about before. Because if they put 2 and 2 together, the people looking out from the other side of the lens put 2 and 2 together. Hey, man, you know what? This is the same stuff Posh been talking about for 10 years. We didn't hear about none of this stuff until you got with Posh. There you go. Now everything they've been trying to avoid is brought back right to them. See? Now they're back at square one again. Because they didn't go about it the right way. I like to empower people. It's no secret. I like part of what I enjoy personally, and you tell me how you feel in the comments, but part of what I enjoy is I enjoy being able to say, look, this is who got me started. This is where I got this from. I took this and combined it with what I already knew. I took this and I sprinkled some of that on there and I made this, and then we put it in the oven, and then after that, we deep fried it and whatever. I enjoy the procedure of creativity. I remember when I was doing photography, you know what I'm saying? The guy that got me started, everybody know from my history, you know, he had a master's degree in photography. And he's using these words as smart as irritatingly as you might think I conversate, you know what I mean? When you try to learn photography and the person's talking about apertures and f-stops and everything. And to me, it was simply the chapter about light that I studied in physics class. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. Like, let's just keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it moving. That's how I did it. I had to learn all that stuff. I just light. It bounces, it reflects, it gets absorbed. We dealing with light here. You know, so it was all this stuff. See, but I already knew what I was doing. And as much as I try to tell them, like, look, this is a pit stop for me. I'm just getting some experience and exposure and some things. I learned a lot, man. I learned the clubs. I learned promoting. I learned tons of stuff. And the whole time, you know, he's thinking I'm there for the chicks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't care about the chicks. I don't even want to meet a chick in the club that I'm trying to, you know what I mean? That's just not my look. Not for nothing serious. So I'm just saying, like, you could remind them of someone from the past, or you could even remind them of themselves. And maybe that person in the past, from the past, was a relationship that they failed upon. You know what I mean? Maybe it was that you actually remind them of who they really are, but they done sold out trying to fit in, you know, to the normative social influences. You know, it could be tons of reasons why they actually have to avoid you to keep their mind right. So instead of congratulating you on being strong, you know, they have to tear you down to make them feel better, even though they want to be you. You are exactly who they wanted to be the whole time. It's about self-worth. I need you to understand that it's about your self-worth. Your self-worth is a threat to them. So I feel like this is really a very appropriate video to follow up our discussion on sovereign, the etymology of the word sovereign. And if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. It's on the channel already. So, I mean, if you setting goals in your life, you know what I mean? They may even sound unrealistic, unbelievable, but you taking your time, you grinding them out, you smashing them. They may have gave up on their goals. You know what I mean? So now they got to set low standards. See, your standards appear high to them, even though to you it's just basic. Your standards is basic. It's normal. It's what you feel like should be the standard. You don't feel like you're setting high standards. You feel like your standards are the standard. But they may have low standards. They may have low goals. So they have to actually get mad at you to keep their mind right. Because otherwise they have to justify to themselves why they not putting in the same work, the same effort. Or maybe this is when they resort to bullying, like in kids in school, gossip. You know, you just gotta put they just gotta put others down so that they can feel better about themselves. You know, like I said earlier, the wrong mind, the weak mind is worried about you stealing their friends, you know, getting more attention than them. Or as a result of all that, they're out trying to get some of the attention from you. For whatever reason, like y'all couldn't just work together and shine together. They gotta, oh, if I do this and then I'll do that, and then they'll see me instead. It's crazy. This is really what's going on. So I need you guys to keep this in mind so that you understand what's going on and you don't find fault in yourself. Okay? Like if like I said before, if your friends wind up with maybe sometimes it's a good thing. I really think sometimes it's a good thing when they see something, because that's where they belong. Wherever they wind up is where they belong. You see, so if I got somebody that's here with me and I'm like, man, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody else come along and then they go, pew, that just saved me a lot of time, energy, effort. I ain't got to worry about it no more. That's what's up. That's where they belong. And in some cases, it might be a good thing. Like that connection might have been better for the both of them. They may have needed each other. So you were just the transport to bring them two together. Like it works the same way for you too. Like how you gonna be mad? Like if they were meant to be with you, they would still be there. Like enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Ain't nothing promised. They want that position, you know, and the word attitude also actually means position. So think about that when, you know, like I said, when you go back and watch the video, editorial, whatever you want to call it, the lesson, the jewels on sovereign, the etymology of sovereign. Like when you get to that mentality, you're gonna have a lot of this going on because they don't understand your attitude, but they want your position in your mentality. Not necessarily the spot that you in life. They don't understand your mentality. It makes them feel inferior. And instead of taking the time to learn from you, it's easier to just avoid you and destroy. You see? So when people wonder why I'm so dismissive, it's because some things are just like a waste of time. Like I'm not gonna beg you to benefit from me. I'm not gonna beg you to benefit from who I am. It's like that Jay-Z quote said. This may not be the verbatim, but the Jay-Z quote says something like, my presence is charity enough. Like you gotta think about it. There's people out here that are super excited to get this information that I'm dropping in these videos. And the crazy part is this is the same conversation that I was having with maybe you, the other person, 2 months ago, and you couldn't wait for me to shut up. And you gained nothing from it. This is how it works. So I would rather the people that don't want to benefit or don't see the benefit in me not be around me. That I'm not the one that's going to envy, jealous, chase you down. No, I would prefer you to go to where you want to be. I think we all need to look at who's around us and see if it's worth hanging on to in your life. What benefit is it to you to hang on to this person, this situation, this energy? You know, I mean, you got people that's been doing, you know, some people say, you know, they don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You got to understand that. Like, so when they are in a situation where the people around them, excuse me, are now saying, oh, we don't, you know, nobody likes to know it all. Well, that's kind of interesting because, like I said earlier, people will pay great amounts to have a conversation with someone that could help them, that could tell them something they could learn something from, right? I mean, you got people that's been doing things twice as long as you, 3 times as long as you, and in the back of their mind, they talking about, man, I can't wait till I catch up to such and such. Like when I get to where they at, but they've been doing it 3 times as long instead of just building with you, working with you. They want to, you see what I'm saying? They can't look at you. They can't see you. I gotta scroll past, you know what I'm saying? I gotta scroll past they posts because if I interact with them, if I engage with them, I might learn something. And then if someone sees that I interacted with them and learned something from them, then they go maybe, oh my God, they might even look less at me because more at them because wow, they taught me something. So that means I can't feel as great instead of we make a team together. That's why communities are suffering right now because there's no organization. It's all competition. I mean I can't even tell you without I can't even like not tell you without telling you, but like I've seen situations where I'm looking at people and they're like, yeah, you know, we gonna go into all this debt first of all, so we can have the best car on the block, and you can't even fit your whole family in the car. You need another car to go somewhere together, and you don't, and you're in a house that you rented. Like this is their mentality because they just gotta have the best car on the block. We gotta be the who you in competition with. You see what I'm saying? This is the wrong look for any and everybody. These conversations, some of it might utilize some examples of my own life, but this ain't about me. This is for you. And if it ain't exactly for you because you already on the frequency or vibration, then you know who this is for, and you need to share it with them. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, for real, we great. This is only gonna grow. Like, if you got topics or something you want me to explore, drop them in the comments. I'll get to them. You see what I'm saying? Because when you study marketing and you've surpassed every goal there is in sales world and all this stuff, and you're a constant overachiever, you get to a point where you realize, you know what? I ain't gotta manipulate people. Matter of fact, the people I want around me are the ones that don't need manipulation. That's who I really want around me. You know, so are the other ones, are they insecure? Is it jealousy? I mean, Virgos know this, man. If you're a perfectionist, you can't. It's only a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb. Like I said, check out that SOSO editorial, man. It's on point for so many different things to the people that can see. But when you're a perfectionist, it's a ticking time bomb situation for the people around you that are so caught up on a quote unquote flaws. See, the perfectionists don't believe. Like, it's not that I can say it like this: we don't believe in flaws. You got a destination you gotta get to. I mean, you might gotta learn some things. You might gotta grow a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Somebody might be able to read a book in a day. It might take you a week to read the same book. Some people might not even might not even comprehend from reading the book. They might gotta watch 2 or 3 videos on YouTube or some stuff, but it ain't nothing wrong with you. See, a lot of times people think that they think that your life is so great. You know what I'm saying? They look at you, oh man, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. They want all of the outputs, right? They want all of the outputs. They want the success. They want the attention, the cars, the money, the whatever. But they don't even want to know. This is why they don't learn from you. This is why they rather hate you. Because they want all the outputs, but they don't care about the inputs. They don't care about the time, the effort, the energy, the commitment, the sacrifice. They don't want to hear about that. So often they'll put themselves in a mentality where they feel like, to justify to themselves, you don't deserve what you have. Oh, they work a 9 to 5. I don't got a job. Or shit, they got this, they got the, however it is. It's they come up with some way to justify and minimize your accomplishments because they gotta find a way for them to feel better about themselves. Once we shift to a point where we can congratulate a person for what they have done, for what they have accomplished, then we can achieve more together, and you won't be afraid to learn how they did it. And once you're not afraid to learn how they did it, all these people talk about, I ain't afraid, I ain't scared of nothing. You afraid to admit you learned something from somebody else because you're afraid that your following and friends might see less of you and more of them. You're afraid. You're scared. Once you get over that, that's step one to building a better community. I'm telling you, this is why I do. I do it to empower everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because what we got to do first, like I always say, we got to change the mentality. It don't bother me. I'm known to be dismissive because I know exactly what I want. And if that's not you, I'm not gonna harass you to stay. But I will tell you this. You know, your effort, where's it at? Here you go. Your effort and your energy, you know, all the work you're doing, you could actually do a lot less work and get a lot more benefit if you were just honest with yourself. Then we could work together on some things. It's that simple. Like, they think that you're stupid. Let them think that you're stupid. The people that have, as far as I'm concerned, as far as it relates to me, you know, the people that had the most negative things to say about me, the are the people that want to enslave everybody. Whether that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they may have the best jokes, the smile in your face all the time. They may say all the right things to keep you trapped in that mental position that you don't even know that you're in that mental prison. So it's no wonder they want to keep you all away from me and me away from you. The strong will overcome that situation. Those that are truly destined to receive this will wind up with me anyway. I'm not worried about it. The question is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? Remember, it's not you. You have to listen to the song SOSO. What if it wasn't about you? So take that, think about it. The reason you're going through these things is because of other people's perceptions, insecurities, jealousy, lack of understanding of self. So don't fall victim. Find your way. I'm here. Share, like, subscribe. It's Pasha Paro, YNet7. Thank you for tuning the replay.